Kirk had called me. It's been a few months now, and he called me with his shoulder because he's a professional weightlifter, and he's even competing currently. He's going to try his in competitions, and he was telling me that if he could just get his shoulder to where it was functional again, because he was really hurting it and it was really in pain, and he was just hopeful. He was hopeful that this could help. And luckily now, thankfully, because it's not really even luck. It's science. But he's now able to use his shoulder, and
let's hear from Kirk.
So yeah,
don't take away from his story.
Yeah, Kirk. So tell us a little bit about what your experience was with this.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Yes. Okay. Yes. The like Tony was saying, I at one point my shoulder, I had a hard time even lifting a water jug out of the fridge, and now I'm doing bench pressing with 350 pounds. I'm competing in the WPC, Canadian National Powerlifting Competition, and at one point I never thought I'd ever be able to bench press again. My shoulder was that bad. I actually thought that I'd probably have to resort to having surgery done, and it wasn't until I heard the story of Kirk's dad that of how he had almost the same kind of issue with his shoulder. And I said, if it works for him, it's got to work for me, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty amazed at the results that I've gotten from this, and how my shoulder has gotten so much better. I have absolutely no pain at all anymore, and other than I have a pinched nerve in my neck, but I have a deteriorating disc problem in my neck from a car accident that causes a pinched nerve that causes pain down my arm, but it doesn't affect my shoulder at all. And so, like I said, at one point I couldn't even lift the water jug out of the fridge, and now I'm lifting 45-pound dumbbells for front lateral raises, and it's no pain whatsoever.
That's wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much. When is your next competition?
Well, it was last Saturday, actually.
Really?
It was last Saturday, but unfortunately, because of the COVID, they postponed the competition. I was a little disappointed, a little upset about it, because I've been training so hard for it, but I'm not getting myself too down because they postponed it until January. Uh-huh. So I'm hoping to I was going for a world record, actually, for my age group, because I'm going to be 53 years old in January, actually, and I'm in the masters class of the competition. So
wow.
Apparently my lifts were so good that I might have been able to break a world record. Not only win the class, but actually break a world record. So,
let us know, because we would like to announce it to everybody.
Yes,
that we have this type of amazing athlete in our team. So that is something that we really, really, really appreciate. And we are so happy. You are 50-something. My husband is 81. And he had this amazing problems, and he solved it. Because some people think, oh, I'm too old. You are never too old to rebuild your body. Never. And as a matter of fact, the older you get, the more you have to really maintain. It is like the older house, or the older boat, or the older car, right?
True.
Whatever it is, we have to maintain it, but we can. And that's our story. That is fantastic, Kirk. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And I just wanted to point out too that generally speaking, I want everybody to kind of take in what Kirk just said, that he went from not being able to struggling with a water jug. Usually when people are Kirk's age, when they're struggling with a water jug, you're not thinking about world records with weightlifting. You're thinking about what's going to be the next step. Am I going to... Generally, these things progress, and they get worse and worse and worse.
And that was just 8 months ago. That was just
There you
8
go.
months ago where I couldn't even lift the water jug. I could lift it out of the fridge, but it was painful. It was
Right.
painful to lift the
Struggling. You struggled with it, and
My husband couldn't do even that. He was not able
it got to the point where
by himself.
with my left shoulder, I'm left-handed, so I was always grabbing with my left hand. So I got to the point where I trained myself to grab the water jug with my right arm because it hurts so much with my left arm. And like I said, now I'm grabbing 45-pound dumbbells compared to a 1 pound water jug. I'm grabbing 45-pound dumbbells now, doing front lateral raises, and it doesn't bother me at all one bit. It's just amazing how this has helped my shoulder. And like I said, my bench press, I had a hard time with a bar with no weight on it, and now I'm doing 350-pound bench pressing. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's what's so great is that that normally in those circumstances, like what the doctors will offer you is a shoulder replacement. But if you do that, then you can forget about any kind of like heavy lifting or
competitions
or anything like that. It's over. And if you don't do anything, then you never hear of somebody saying, oh yeah, I had trouble with a water jug, but now it went away and now I can bench press, when they don't do anything to fix it. It's always that, well, I struggled with the water jug, now I can't lift it at all, and now I'm going for the replacement surgery. That's the general trajectory for people. So I just want everybody to really understand the amazingness of what Kirk is just saying, is because that doesn't happen normally. No. It's the opposite. It's the other way around.
Like I said, we're taking the product and continue my workouts. Like I said, I just started off slowly, doing heavier weight as my shoulder felt better and better. And eventually, like I said, I was, next year, I was doing sets with 300 pounds on the bench press for sets of 6-7 reps. It's something I would never thought I could ever do again. And I'm almost stronger now than I was when I was in my 20s.
Kirk, that's what my husband says, that he's doing right now, the workouts, what he was doing when he was 30.
Yeah.
He's so shocked, that he came back, he built up to it. And he also tell everybody that if they want really results, they need to exercise and have some therapy.
Yeah. And it's not just helping my shoulder; it's actually helping everything, because I used to have a lot of problems with my lower back too, and now I'm squatting 600 pounds. I'm doing 600-pound squats and 500-pound deadlifts.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, my back still hurts a little bit after you do heavy weight like that, but not like before. Before I couldn't even do near that amount of weight, and I would be laid up for 3-4 days with my back in pain. And now it's a little stiff after I do it, but that's just common because you're using heavy weight. But it's really helped not just my shoulder, but generally everything. It's helped everything.
Yeah.
So, amazing product.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And you know what, we have actually, what you were saying, we have actually research for published research for the sports medicine, how it can help a lot of people in different areas of in sports, to rebuild their joints and rebuild their synovial fluid. And even if they don't have any problems, just imagine young people who are, let's say, competing in gymnastics. Can you imagine their stress on their joints? And they are going to suffer later on in life if they do not prevent it.
That's right. If I would have known about this product when I was young, by all means, I would have taken it, because that's what happened to me. All the weight that I've been doing since I was 18 years old has taken its toll on me, because I was always doing heavy lifting, hard on my joints, and I would continue to just torture myself, with all these workouts and have nothing to take for it. And if I would have had this product back then, I'll tell you, I wouldn't have had the problems I had later on in life. And so I'm going to continue taking this, because I want to continue competing and lifting. Maybe not as heavy anymore because I am getting a little older. So I think this is going to be my last powerlifting competition, but I'm still going to continue lifting, just more of a bodybuilding type of style, rather with lighter weight and higher reps. But for now, I'm still training very heavy because now the show, my competition got postponed until January. So basically, it gives me 2 more months to get even stronger and better. So
well, I don't know, Kirk, if you are going to slow down, because you know what? We have one person in our group. I've forgotten what's the name. Maybe Scott, you remember. He's in rodeo. In rodeo, you know, rodeo.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He fell so many times from that horse and he couldn't compete anymore. I tell you, because of this product, he's not young. He's not young. And he's back on a competition and he has never been that good like he is right now because of this product.
That is awesome. He's back in the saddle again, they say.
So I am not sure that you will be slowing down, honestly.
No, maybe not. I'm pretty stubborn, so you never know. Maybe you know, it all depends on how well I do at this competition, whether I keep going with them or not. But I mean, I think I am going to do very well because I've already told the promoters what I'm lifting. And they said, well, there's no doubt that I was going to win first place in my class, but I was actually also going to go for a world record also, which I think I might have gotten. And I still might. I still might get it.
I know. And the older you get, you know, those other people are not on the product, so you will get, fair advantage.
Yes.
Because it is certified, by FDA Sports. So it's certified, so you cannot be removed from the competition because of this, because it's legal. Legal doping.
That's right.
You know what's so great about what
they actually are tested. They do test their athletes for this specific competition. Everyone is actually tested as well.
Yeah,
right.
And that's why this is great, because this is NSF certified for sport. So Olympians take it, And the great thing about also your approach, because when I first spoke to you and you mentioned that you were a weightlifter, I was like, is he going to do too much on his shoulder, and is it going to negate the effect? So what I liked about what you said is that you took it easy at first.
Yes, I did.
You let it actually repair. It's so important. I know somebody once told me, actually it was my mom, who he was into weightlifting and he had a really bad shoulder. And
Scott knows him too, because he came to our house and remember, Scott, he was from the meeting we did with Renata, and he has been lifting 300 pounds.
Right.
And he started taking this product, and he was hoping that he didn't slow down. He was all the time lifting this 300 pounds, and the product didn't work for him.
Exactly, which is why it was so important.
Because he didn't give it a chance to review.
You have to give it a chance to work, and that's what I did. I don't think I did anything for the first probably 2 months of taking the product, and then when I finally felt my shoulder was getting not as painful, that's when I started back slowly with, like, I'm talking maybe 5-10 pounds doing shoulder raises. And then eventually I worked my way up to like 40-45 pound dumbbell front raises, and it did no pain whatsoever. And like I said, my bench press, I went from only bench pressing the bar up to slowly raising up and up and up and up. And then next thing you know, I was doing 350 pound bench press. I was just
But
with no pain at all in my shoulder. No.
I know, but just imagine for a second. If you had this pain and the doctors would give you painkillers.
That's what they did.
What would happen to your shoulder?
Oh, right. It probably would have gotten worse,
Exactly. And maybe they wouldn't be able to recover.
Yeah, and they were actually talking about, just like with Tony's dad, they were actually talking about surgery, and I said, well, no, I don't need surgery. They said, yeah. They said, over the years of you lifting, you did damage to your cartilage, and you're starting to get bone on bone. And that's what he said to me. And I said, well, geez, is there anything else I can do? And he goes, yeah, stop lifting. No more lifting weights. That's what he said to me.
Exactly.
I almost cried. I almost cried when he said that, because I love weightlifting. So when this product came out, and I heard the story of your dad, Tony, I just went, wow, you know, if he's back water skiing and doing what he's doing, what he loves best, then it has to work for me. And you just got to you got to let it work. You got to give it time and not be in a hurry. And I'll tell you, it will work for you. I really will.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
This is the magic word, and this is the magic word: give the time.
Yes.
And take it easy.
That's
let it recover. But the painkillers, you will not feel the pain, and you will get damage. You have to be very careful.
Painkillers is very similar to if you have a hot stove and you put your hand on it. Instead of taking your hand off the stove, you just put a Novocaine in your hand, so you don't feel the pain.
Exactly.
And that's literally pretty close to what it is. You know, I mean, especially if you're lifting weights on top of it. I mean, it's just.
That's right.
And it's so good to understand that, and it's so good to feel your way through it. And that's, for most people, you know, that's the key, is you got to feel it out. You got to work with your body, and you know what point you are at. But for anybody, you can see here that it's not that we're saying, you know, that you can't get there. It's that you just have to take it easy and step by step. But it is possible, clearly, to get to where you can actually start bench pressing and lifting heavy weights when before you struggled with a jug of water.
That's right.
And my husband is doing the same thing. He is now back to chin-ups, push-ups. He couldn't lift the arm. He said it was a miracle.
It is. It's a truly, it's a miracle. Like I said, and even now, even though my shoulder's better now, I still, which I never did before when I was younger, but every time before I start my workout, when I'm doing a heavy bench press day or a heavy shoulder day, I always warm up my shoulders now for at least 15 minutes by doing rubber band turns, twisting my arm around, doing rubber bands, doing lightweight. It's always good to warm up your shoulders for about a good 15 minutes before you start your workout. And I do that every time now. And I'll tell you, I have a great workout with no pain whatsoever when I start doing the heavy lifting, and I just work my way up slowly to get to the maximum weight. And by the time I get up to 300 pounds, 350 on the bench press, I do it with ease, and it doesn't bother me at all.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and